Well, howdy to you folks. It's Danny Boy, Bill Corpus Crispy. Welcome in on Friday, number 386 SIP on SAN live on the YouTube page, and then later turn around wherever you get your podcast if you're listening to us. Thanks for listening to us. Um, Obviously, by the time you listen to us, it's not live anymore, but we appreciate you for always playing our pod.
And we love you.
Yes. Um, Bill, um, the good news is that baseball's around the corner.
That is
So
very good news.
we'll have plenty to talk about. The bad news is football is coming to an end, and right now we're in that in between, point between the Super Bowl and then of course there's the bye week and all that stuff. It's
Yeah, this is like the preview
boring.
of what the next
Yeah.
couple months are going to be like.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I should be excited, more excited because we're going to talk about basketball a lot more, so that's going to be great.
But yeah, we
Uh,
got, because you know what? It feels like once the calendar changes to September, I feel like all the other sports, baseball, basketball, hockey, they all take a back seat to football.
yeah, I mean, obviously I watch the Knicks, or at least I try to watch the Knicks now that I'm working nights. I try to watch the Knicks um as much as possible. But one, it's hard without being in New York, and two, like I said, nighttime shift. You're always caught up with the news and stuff, so it's tough. But I like the way the Knicks are playing, though.
Oh,
Just saying.
absolutely.
We'll get to a lot more basketball starting in February. We got a lot of basketball at that point. All Star, BS. We got some college basketball. Their season's about to wrap up pretty soon. Um,
Which you know what that means.
mhm.
You know what that means.
Oh, the madness is gonna
The
start. It's gonna be
madness is
great. It's gonna
starting,
be
brother. You
awesome.
know when to start.
Yeah.
The
So don't worry. Sports ain't going nowhere. Like I said, baseball's around the corner. So Bill and I will talk plenty of Yankees and all the other crap going on. We have baseball news where we'll get to in just a bit. Um, and of course we got more of other stuff.
Yes,
But
we
um,
do.
but Bill, we do have heavy hearts in our minds, and
Yes, absolutely.
obviously I was so it's funny because I was in the newsroom when it was happening. By the way, we're talking about the plane accident, the plane helicopter accident over the Potomac River in Washington. Um, I was in the newsroom when they were talking about just a small aircraft. Of course, aircraft could be anything, could be a drone. So, we're talking about a small aircraft in the Potomac. And of course, our thoughts are, well, what did the aircraft look like? Was did it have to do an emergency landing into the river? What was the circumstances? When we found out that it was a helicopter colliding with an passenger airplane, that turned the entire station into a massive frenzy. I mean, you're talking everybody running around, storming, uh, news director coming in, and um, everyone on crew on standby. And I was just like, once we knew it was bigger than we initially thought, I said this is gonna be a long night. We were there till the night crew. Well, at least some of them were there till about 3 a.m. Some of the early crew had to come in a lot sooner than expected. Um, so that's the perspective from the newsroom, and of course it was wild. Everyone's working tirelessly to get all the information. Of course, breaking news is never an easy thing to deal with.
Oh, it
So,
isn't.
but in any case, just a terrible tragedy, Bill,
Oh,
in
it is
DC.
horrible. Horrible.
Um,
Our,
like I
our
said,
thoughts and prayers go out to all the victims and their families right now. It is just absolutely heartbreaking. It is.
yeah, like I said, plane collides with the a Black Hawk helicopter. So there's military personnel in that helicopter, um, colliding with the passenger jet, and all that goes into the Potomac, and I mean the water was like 35 degrees, and they're all submerged inside the water. They ain't surviving that. And they stopped the search and rescue and turned it into a recovery mission uh early in the morning hours yesterday. And Bill, I really hate to break this news to you, and of course we already talked about this, but not only we lost lives of many people, we lost lives of family members, lawyers, teachers, doctors, kids, but in the sports world, we lost 14 figure skaters.
Or
Uh, I think it may have been a little more than that because there were figure skaters from Russia too, not just U.S. figure skaters, like figure skaters from Russia. So we lost young figure skaters who were going to be world champions, who were competing for, who eventually were going to compete for the Olympics here. And they're not going to ever see the chance to ever compete and dominate and absolutely take over the world. It's sad. That is a very, very sad occasion. I'm sorry if I'm talking too much, but go ahead.
no, no, it's just it is horrible to see young lives just cut short. It's horrible, they're just cut short in prime of their life. They had hopes and dreams, and it's cut short, and it's just absolutely traumatic. It's absolutely just horrible. And I don't know what else to say. It's our thoughts and prayers go out to the families. Our thoughts and prayers go out to the families, and I don't know if there's any words that I can say right now that can bring comfort or peace or anything to these people right now.
It doesn't exist with a with just a horrible situation like this. The words are really tough to come around, and um, it's just a sad reality that this is the world. Sometimes
And
accidents happen, but they can be costly, and that part you know puts a knot in your stomach.
and you know, I just sorry I don't really have much to contribute here because like you said, Reg, I don't think there's really much I can say right now.
Yeah.
But there is something, this isn't sports related, this is just about the whole thing in general. I want to make a statement about something if that's okay, Reg.
Go right ahead. Your
I think you
platform.
know where I'm going with this, don't you?
I have a feeling.
I just want to say, listen, we are a sports podcast. We don't really talk about news or politics because that's not our gig.
Yeah. And,
But
and I know nothing about politics anyway. So what do I know?
there is something I want to say though, and this is something that when I heard this, I wanted to hit the wall. And that was when our president said, was basically blaming the DEI stuff with people with disabilities because of air traffic control or something. I'm like thinking, please, somebody make this make sense to me. And listen, we're not getting into the whole DEI stuff. That again, that's not our gig. But I want to say this as someone who has a developmental disability. I'm on the autism spectrum,
Okay.
and I want to say this. We're not DEI hires. We don't want handouts. We just want to be treated justly and fairly. All we want is a fit. All we want. We just want a fair shake. We just want a fair shake. We just want a seat at the table. And the stuff that he said about that, that is just absolutely ludicrous.
I'm a double whammy. I, like Bill, have developmental disability, but I'm also black. And, you know, hearing Donald Trump, you know, essentially criticize our brothers and sisters out there, um, who obviously had jobs, and of course he fired all of them, a week into his administration. Um, Hearing about that and placing blame on diversity policies to try to make this country better. Look, there's just no merit to that argument. It's baseless. And again, there may be some aspects of the argument that may be true, and it turns out there actually is. But again, I'm not going to get into all that because that's not the important part. The important part is understanding that there's no argument to what he's saying. So right now, you're disgracing, as president of the United States, you're disgracing the memories of the lost loved ones. Their families are never going to get to see them again. Their friends are going to get to see them again. You're disgracing the memories of the lost loved ones, and you have no common decency for the families that are suffering, that are grieving. You
You're
know
basically choosing.
that their lives just changed around 9 o'clock on Wednesday night,
And you know what it is? You're politicizing a tragedy.
which is another thing. It's terrible.
And like,
You
listen,
don't do that.
the stuff he was saying in the beginning of his statement, like, it is heartbreaking. Our thoughts and prayers are with the families right now.
Yeah.
If he said that and like, hey, we're gonna investigate it
Mhm.
and see what we can do better, and he just ended it there, I'd be like, okay. But yeah, we're not trying to politicize this show, but I'm sorry. That is just absolutely disgusting that he said that.
Well, but Bill, it, you're right though, because it is disgusting. It's disgusting for anyone. If this were our last president, Joe Biden, if this were Obama, if this were Bush, Reagan, if this were
Clinton.
Lincoln, if this happened to any president and he were to act like that in a press in a press briefing, like that looks terrible for anybody. And look, I get what Trump's doing. Look, he's about to face a lot of scrutiny. You have to understand that. He's about to face a lot of scrutiny because there's going to be more details of this plane accident that came from Wichita, Kansas, and stuff. Um, and of course the Black Hawk helicopter that's based around here. Like there's going to be a lot of scrutiny for him. So he's trying to shift everything towards past administrations, and we're just going to have to deal with it.
And yeah, this
Which
is
is
just
it's silly, it's stupid, but we're just
yeah,
going to have to deal with it.
yeah. And listen, again, I didn't want to turn this into MSNBC or anything. I just wanted to get that out off my chest because I
Yeah,
have a platform. I might as well use it for something.
yeah.
Um,
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous at the end of the
and
day.
it's just you are basically pointing the finger towards other people who were born this way, who didn't ask to be like this.
Mhm. Yeah, the part about disabilities that was very striking. These are, you know, people like you said, Bill. Like they don't ask to have disabilities, whether it's physical or developmental. Like they don't ask for these. They want to be seen. It's hard for them, but they want to be seen as regular human beings.
Yes, we want to be treated like normal members of society.
Yeah.
And
So
you know,
that was rough to see that too.
but overall though, I don't want to take that. I don't want to take the tragedy away,
Yeah.
from, again, the people who were the figure skating team that was killed and all the other people who were killed on that flight was
Hmm.
it's
Yeah.
absolutely horrible. And this figure skating team, they were young people who had hopes and dreams that they'll never
Exactly.
accomplish now.
They just came back from competition too. Like I said, it came from Wichita, Kansas. Um, in I think a national championship or whatever. So, and like I said, 14, 15-year olds were part of this crash. Some that were based in my area in Northern Virginia. And then, of course, you had a bunch of figure skaters came from Boston. Did you see Nancy Kerrigan? She broke down um, when she
I
was
didn't see
having a
that.
press conference. Yeah, you should check that out. You go, X, YouTube, whatever. Nancy Kerrigan. She's very emotional. Obviously, Nancy Kerrigan, one of the greatest Olympians of all time. Um, Yeah, she broke down at an ice skating rink because of the tragedy, and I would much rather have her as president. By the way, if she's gonna show some empathy and actually like not be disgraced. But in any case, um, again, there's just nothing much we can do or say other than I really hope that the families find answers and that they can grieve in peace.
Absolutely. And again, our condolences.
Yeah. So, um, obviously more information is going to come out. A lot of information is already out there, but more information will come out there, and we'll keep you posted on all the updates. Then, of course, moving forward, we do have other news that we have to get to.
To I don't want to say a lighter topic, but
It's not a lighter topic, but go ahead.
Justin Tucker is being Justin Tucker is there are allegations that Justin Tucker from the Baltimore Ravens, he is accused of inappropriate behavior towards women.
So he's being nasty, is what you're saying.
In where else? Massages.
Of course. Typical National Football League BS. Again, this is another thing we were talking about last night. Typical pro football BS.
Yeah, why does
NFL players either going to massage parlors or maybe they have a massage over at their work facilities, wherever the case may be. Um, Justin Tucker, like Bill said, accused of inappropriate sexual behavior. Not one, two, three, four, or five massage therapists. Six massage therapists, Bill.
Oh my God. Like that is worthy of investigation, like right there.
Six. By the way, Justin Tucker, of course, on cue, denies all the allegations, but six came forward already.
That is that needs to be investigated. Like seriously,
Immediately.
six.
If I'm the Ravens, well, first of all, he had a bad season. If I'm the Ravens, I cut him right now.
So you cut it, you cut his ass loose.
Yeah, yeah. Why would I want to have that distraction in my locker room?
Or at the very least, suspend him until things are sorted. At the very least.
If you want to do the whole, oh, we're just gonna keep you suspended without pay until we can get to the bottom of it. Fine, I would just cut him. You can always find another
I
kid.
understand where you're coming from. Like, if you're the Ravens, you don't want this distraction right now.
Right.
You don't want this distraction. But that is disgusting. And you know what? I don't want to make light of this topic, but how come come all this NFL, how come all the bad stories come from NFL personnel and massages? How come it never ends well?
or strip clubs or nightclubs, whatever you want to
How
call
come
them.
there's like no happy ending when it comes to massage stories? And I don't, okay, that was kind of a twist on words, but
Uh,
look at it. Robert Kraft, Deshaun Watson, and now Justin Tucker. Like,
oh my
can
God.
we like maybe can the NFL maybe ban their players from going to massage parlors so we can have no more scandals?
That's the thing. It's like, they ain't gonna sell their little whatsies for money. So it's like, stop doing it. Stop doing it. I guess I
Okay,
don't know. You
in
look
all
if you
seriousness,
if you
though.
want to get a massage, you should be allowed to get a massage.
Oh, absolutely. Everyone
But
should be able to get a massage, but
but it's just super weird. Like why? Like Bill, whenever I want to go have a nice relaxation day over at a spa, I don't want any of that BS. I just want to chill out and be in peace while my body's being worked on. Like I don't want to make advances towards these nice ladies who are trying to work while they're at like it's stupid. It's
have you ever had it?
stupid. Like
Have you
what are
ever
you
had a
doing,
massage?
bro? Huh?
Have you ever gotten a massage?
I've had one at I remember at Community College.
Yes,
Um,
back in the old days when we wrote Broncosauruses to
yeah,
class.
they used to offer like massages at the end of the semester. So I
We
would
never
take
got one.
yeah I took one of those. It was actually pretty nice. Um,
Give me 1 second. Keep going.
but yeah, and there was a local spa. They offered their massage therapist to students, and um, it wasn't anything crazy. No full body, just back massage and stuff. But it was pretty nice. So
Yeah.
in any case, so Justin Tucker accused of inappropriate sexual behavior. Um, the article it was posted by the Banner. They said that some therapists refused to work with him again, resulting in two spas banning him from return.
Oh, if he's banned, then if I'm
Yeah,
the Ravens, I would definitely say, you know what, you're done.
yeah. The allegations reportedly occurred between 2012 and 2016. The first 5 seasons in which he was a player in the NFL. Um,
This is
And of course,
horrible.
like I told you before, Tucker, his words say they're unequivocally false. He had a lengthy response on social media. He posted it on X.
You
You
know
can just
what? Why don't these
read about
people
it.
just freaking take accountability?
Are you asking me? Come on now. Like, what do you think this is, Bill?
I didn't do it. I'm going to put out a big statement to say, remember, I didn't do it. If you have to
Oh my God.
constantly repeat that you didn't do it unless there is evidence that you didn't do it, then you did it. Congratulations, you're guilty. Now leave us alone and go away.
Now, of course, we do believe in the innocent until proven guilty nonsense, but
There's evidence stacking up against him right now.
if you're banned from any spas like because of your behavior, like
That's saying something.
that's saying something. Like, come on now.
It is
Whatever.
it's not easy to get banned from a spa.
Mhm.
But no, listen, I just want to say to everybody out there, I know we were joking about the massage and everything, but we are taking this very seriously.
Mhm.
And if he did, and what he did was absolutely unacceptable, but
Yeah,
what he did was absolutely unacceptable.
yeah.
And if he's got two spas, but and all of them are coming out against him saying, yeah, he was inappropriate, then something's rotten in the state of Denmark, or in this case, the state of Maryland.
Oh my God. Tucker continues in his post that he will support a process that allows claims to be properly investigated. But for the sake of myself and my family, I cannot allow these false claims to go unchallenged. I cannot be any clearer. These allegations are false and incredibly hurtful to both me and, more importantly, my family. League spokesperson Brian McCarthy said that we first became aware of the allegations from the reporter investigating this story, as they were not previously shared with the NFL. We take any allegations seriously and will look into the matter. That's from again the NFL. Um, again, we'll keep tabs on this. Like I said, it's disgusting. Like what are you doing? Like what are you doing? Gross, gross.
Oh, absolutely. This is just, I hope he really faces the consequence.
Yeah, you should. Again, let's see where the investigation goes if there is one. But let's see where it goes. Um,
Yeah. And just one last thing here. This is like every time I hear the story of an NFL player in a massage parlor, it's like when I hear the words Florida man. I'm just like, oh, great, what now? That's like if any story takes place in the state of Florida, you know it's batshit crazy. What do you think? No offense to the great state of Florida.
oh
But
my God.
but no, in all seriousness though, this is horrible. This is terrible, and I hope we get to the bottom of this. All right, what do we got next on the docket?
So, this is actually pretty shocking. And when this came across um my feed, I I felt partially hurt and just couldn't believe it. But Dwayne Wade, a former legendary guard for Miami Heat, and won many championships and stuff. Um, recently said on the podcast the on the why with Dwayne Wade. Um, I guess this was a few years back. I think this is after he retired. He got a full whole body physical. He had been experiencing some stomach pains and something with his urination, whatever. Which, of course, any man out there, given your body's makeup, you should definitely get that checked out. But they found a tumor in his kidney, and obviously they were told they investigated it. He had whatever surgery, and it turns out that the cancer was in it, that tumor. The tumor was cancerous, and he had to have more surgery to get rid of 40% of that kidney that was affected. I think he's fine now, but I mean, I hear about that, and I'm just like, man, like that's just that that that's just absolutely amazing. Like what knowing that, hey, look, I'm not feeling good about my body right now. Something's up. I need to get it checked out, and all of a sudden you find out, oh, you have cancer. That's insane, Bill.
It's horrible.
Yeah. So I was hurt. Like I was hurt for him. Dwayne Wade's one of my favorite basketball players, and hearing that, it puts a lot of things into perspective. You know, I think it was
Absolutely.
very smart for him to get checked up for sure. And he says he's glad that he had the surgery because who knows?
As someone who's lost family members to cancer, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
But I'm glad he's okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's okay.
Imagine losing 40% of your kidney to get rid of cancer. Like,
That is
wow.
that is scary.
Yeah. Just a daily reminder for all the men out there. Once you get older, get everything checked out. Everything checked out.
Oh, 100%. Check it, get everything checked out.
Yeah. But again, we're glad he's okay. And then finally, um, we have some baseball news to talk about. How about Max Scherzer
Yes, he's going to the Jays.
going to the Blue Jays on a 1 year deal, 1 year, $15.5 million contract. Um, Look, the Blue Jays missed out on so many different big time free agents. So they needed this. Scherzer's 40. He's obviously not the ace that he used to be, but I'm telling you, this is a good pickup. This is a great veteran pickup. You know, Obviously you expect him to, be good enough to get you, solid quality starts. And, he can be very useful. He can be very useful, whether it's, in a starting role or, in the playoffs. He was great in the bullpen one time for the Dodgers. So, it's always a good pickup to have someone like Max Scherzer who's won before, who knows what it takes to win, and um, just an excellent pitcher in general. He's a future Hall of Famer.
Oh, he is absolutely a future Hall of Famer right now.
Yeah.
But he's now pushing 40. Is he gonna be in good shape though?
I mean, I'm not too worried about his age. We kind of know where he like I said, he's no longer the big time ace he used to be. So we're not expecting that Max Scherzer, but we are expecting a Max Scherzer that you can rely on, and that could help a young team like the Blue Jays. Blue Jays are a very young team. So help out a young team with the Blue Jays and give them that winning pedigree because they need it. They need it big time. The Blue Jays have been massively disappointing to watch. With all the star talent that they have on their team, they've been very disappointing.
So can he make a difference to this team?
Yeah. We'll wait and see. The hope is that it works out. The hope is that it works out.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Max Scherzer to the Blue Jays. Blue Jays also targeting Pete Alonso. However, Billy Boy, looks like Uncle Stevie decided to take over the negotiations with Pete,
Oh
and
boy.
they're looking like they're working on a deal here, which again doesn't surprise me. Like, why would you want to get rid of Pete Alonso?
Because you know what would happen? Remember when they were far apart? Because this is how I said it was going to go. Pete Alonso, hey, I want to stay here. Steve Cohen, well, Pete, we got to tell you something. We kind of just went bankrupt because we gave all that money to Juan Soto. So, yeah, we can't really give you what you want because we kind of just went bankrupt on signing Juan Soto. But Uncle Stevie, looks like he's making moves. You're on mute.
Thank you, sir. Bro. Sorry about that. I think for Steve Cohen, I know at the Fan Fest, they held at City Field last weekend for Mets fans and everything. All the Met alumni was there and stuff. And their current players. I know the fans were begging Steve Cohen to get into negotiation. And Steve Cohen said that the negotiation have been very frustrating for him. So hearing that um sort of gave me a sign that it just wasn't meant to be. Like there's just no way it's gonna happen now because now all of a sudden they're blaming P. Alonso's camp for being too expensive. and for making the process harder than it should be. So, that's what I took out of it. But then, of course, now we're hearing that Steve Cohen's actually involved in the negotiations again,
So
which tells me they're trying to work out a deal, and it's the right move. I don't care what you say; it's the right move. You have to make it work for the Met fan, for Pete Alonso, who wants to be a Met. Fans want him to be a Met. Steve Cohen obviously wants him to be a Met. So make it work. Whatever you got to do.
oh, absolutely. So anyway, and also someone else may be on the someone else may be on the is still on the market right now.
Who could that be, Bill?
Alex Bregman.
It's crazy because it's about to be February tomorrow, and he has still not signed any.
Yeah, some are
It's
saying that the Yankees
incredible.
are looking at him. Some are
I
saying
mean,
Sox and the Tigers are still looking at him.
I don't know how. Look, the Yankees. I don't know how involved they are with the Alex Bregman sweepstakes. It seems like, based on what I've heard, it seems like obviously Goldschmidt's going to be your first baseman. Maybe you put Ballinger there a couple of days a week. Maybe you put DJ LeMahieu. Why is DJ LeMahieu on this team? There first base couple days a week. But then DJ LeMahieu is also going to be involved in the third base competition with Peraza and Cabrera. So but then you look at this Alex Bregman situation, Bill. You're like, what are we waiting for?
Exactly. You got someone good right here. Fine.
The price tag took a massive hit.
He
Once
get
it hits February, like it's over. He's not getting a long term deal.
he now has the price range of basically Christmas decorations on in January and February now. So, we thought he was going to be gone by late December, maybe early January.
I thought he was going to be off the books before Soto. If I'm being
And,
real with you,
here's a fun question I got to ask you. What's going to happen first? Alex Bregman's going to get signed somewhere, or the New Orleans Saints going to find their new head coach?
it's funny because I have no clue what the deal is with that. By the way, how about New Orleans, man? What a disgrace. You know, what a disgrace.
To be honest, I think they had all their money on what's his face, Glenn.
Yeah.
Had money, I think, because even I predicted, yeah, and I'm embarrassed to say all my predictions this year were wrong.
Hmm.
But you know what? It's okay. I'm wrong once in a while. I'm wrong once in a while. Doesn't mean I'm an idiot. It just means I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Even I'll admit I was wrong.
Yeah.
Uh, I saw Glenn go into New Orleans.
Hmm.
Breeze was coming out and endorsing him, and I thought it was signed, sealed, delivered. He's going to New Orleans, but no, he's a new Jets head coach. So yeah, what's gonna happen first, folks? Is Alex Bregman gonna sign somewhere, or are the New Orleans Saints gonna get their new head coach? Because Saints are pretty much out of options at this point.
Yeah. The New Orleans they have to go with somebody. McCarthy's in the mix.
Kellen
Kellen
Moore's in the
Moore, Kellen Moore, like Bill just said, we said it at the same time. So Jinx.
Yanks,
In
Minnesota.
any case, it wouldn't shock me if we went to Kellen Moore. Like he's a good candidate.
I think he'd be a good choice. It really depends. Do they really want to train a first-time head coach?
I mean, they went after Aaron Glenn, so they're obviously in for it.
Or do they want someone like a Mike McCarthy who's fresh out of a head coaching job?
If I'm the Saints, I would see what McCarthy would want. Try to see if you can work that out.
I think that's fair.
But again, yeah, I don't know where their heads are at. So very, very interesting.
But to
Very,
be
very,
fair to
very
Mike
interesting.
McCarthy, Jerry Jones and them kind of screwed him over.
Yeah.
But no, Jerry
Um,
Jones screwed him over. And
yeah.
here's why. Because you you give him a because here's the thing, like because there was a time where you had to go to Jerry Jones to ask permission to interview head coaching candidates like Mike McCarthy. I think both Chicago and New Orleans asked him, and Jerry Jones said, "No, you can't." And then about a few days later, they say, "Okay, we're parting ways." Like, and I've been saying this: if they wanted to let him go, they should have parted ways like Black Monday. But yeah, so those are two things we're going to be waiting on. Will Alex Bregman sign somewhere where first, or will New Orleans get their new head coach first? What's going to happen? Who knows?
Is we have no clue. We don't know
We don't know.
where both heads are at.
We have no idea what's going on.
But if I'm the Yankees, calling on Bregman right now.
But some people, my dad, love you, dad. Some Yankee fans, like my dad, are going to be all like, no, no, he was part of the cheating scandal.
Spare me. I don't care. And I love Papa Murray. Spare me.
Yeah, I think we're at the point where morals don't mean anything at this point.
Yeah.
I think where everything is just amoral right now.
Yeah. I want the look. The Yankees need a third baseman. You can't find a better third baseman on the market right now than Alex Bregman.
Yeah.
So why not?
So why the hell
Like,
not at this point?
if you're trying to win a World Series, go out and get a guy like Alex Bregman. Tough nose, hard ass, not gonna take it. Great ball player. Do it. It's okay. I get it. I get it. You want the morals. I get it. But guess what? Yankees have had steroids on their teams before. You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I was just deep in thought. But nah,
Gotcha.
I think it's time we forget about this whole cheating scandal BS and move on.
Mhm.
Listen, it was sucky that it happened, but you know what? It's been 8 years. Can you believe that? It's been 8 years. So let's move on. And if we get Bregman, that'd be wonderful.
Um,
Hey, we're gonna be doing Bombers Banter soon, aren't we?
we are
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
live on this very YouTube channel. So please stay tuned for all the fun on Bombers Banter when we get to it.
And who
Probably
knows?
sometime in February for
We
sure.
may be having a new friend join us.
Okay, well that's good. That's great news.
We may have a friend join us. But
Okay.
but anyway, yeah, so yeah, I think that's pretty much it on this as we are in limbo as we wait for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we're waiting for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, the Super Bowl no one wants.
Still.
Unless you live in Kansas City or Philadelphia, this is a Super Bowl nobody cares about.
Oh God.
And but hey, we got the Pro Bowl games! Yay!
Oh yeah, how fun was that? How fun is it?
Football! Oh my God, this is.
It's a joke.
You know what? I think the NFL is just trying to be like the NBA at this point. They're trying to be like the NBA or Major League Baseball because how the NBA has, they have the celebrity game, they have the slam dunk contest.
Right.
Celebrity game, they have the slam dunk contest.
Yeah, but at least they have an all-star game. These Pro Bowl, there's no game in it. They stopped that.
They have, Major League Baseball, they got the home run derby. I think
Uh-huh. Yeah, but these Pro Bowl games have virtually nothing to do with football. There's a dodgeball tournament. It's so there's a lot of different events that some have something to do with football, some don't. So it's like, what are we actually doing? You know, Geez, it's like you're back in elementary school, just making up your own damn Olympics.
Let's do it.
That's what the Pro Bowl games are like now.
It pretty much is.
Yeah.
It pretty much is at this point. It's basically the backyard Olympic. Well, they got one football related thing. They got flag football, huh?
Sure.
They got flag football. That means something, doesn't it? It means something,
I
does it?
guess. What that's what you want to say. That's what you want to tell yourself.
The Pro Bowl had an interesting history. It used to be the week after the Super Bowl. Remember that?
Yeah.
And then they moved it to the week before the Super Bowl. But they said no teams, no players from teams who were in the Super Bowl could participate
Mhm.
because of injuries. And then they just did away with it. And yeah, the Pro Bowl games, they're trying to be the NBA All-Star game. They're trying to be MLB All-Star game.
Right.
But at this point, there's like nothing there. There's nothing.
I know my boy Quentin Williams having the time of his life. He's a Pro Bowler. Um, yeah, I don't know. To me, the Pro Bowl doesn't really mean much anymore. You know.
It means nothing. Zip. Zilcho.
Right.
Watching paint dry is more exciting than watching the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I think that is it for today, isn't it, Reggie?
Mhm. It is. Comment, like this video, and of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're listening, you can always listen wherever you get your podcasts. Um, Follow us on our socials. Search Sports City Network, and go to our website.
Absolutely. Okay, for everyone here, I'm Bill Corpus Crispy Murphy.
Peace and love. I'm Danny Boy Reg.
Stay safe, take care, and we'll see you next week.
Yep, where we'll talk Super Bowl. Super Bowl.
And don't forget to check out our Super Bowl pregame show.
Yes,
We'll
that
have
is
more
coming up.
info next week on that.
Yeah, we'll keep you posted on that. That should be a wonderful day.
Don't worry, it's not going to be 5 hours.
Yeah, hopefully a lot of good guests though.
Remember when we first did the Super Bowl pregame show? It was. Well, let's recap for our lovely viewers here.
Yeah.
We did this, try to do like what the
We,
networks do.
we were everywhere. I think we were Facebook at the time. So
It
yeah,
was, it is one of those things that'll never be seen.
yeah. It's okay though. We gave it a shot.
We were still fairly new to this.
It's okay. We gave it a shot.
Hey, we went 5 hours and we didn't kill each other.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. All right. Bye
All right,
bye.
we will see y'all later. Bye bye.